Hello friends, welcome to online learning session. I am Mr. VC Korode, working as an assistant professor, Department of Agricultural Economics, KKO College of Agricultural, Nasi. In today's session, we are going to see markets, components of markets, dimensions of market, and classification of markets. First, see the meaning of markets. The word market comes from the Latin word mercatus, which means merchandise or trade or place where business is conducted. Other terms used for describing markets in India are hats, paints, shandis, and bazaar. Next, definition of market. A market is the sphere within which price determining forces operate. So we know that price is determined by demand and supply. So price determining forces is nothing but demand and supply. So another definition of market is a market is the area within which the forces of demand and supply converge to establish a single price. Then components of a market. There are four main components of a market. First one is existence of a good or commodity for transactions. Physical existence is however not necessary. Goods means anything that satisfy human want. It is called as good. The existence of good or commodity is the major components of a market. Second is the existence of buyers and sellers. Third one is there is a business relationship or intercourse between buyers and sellers. And fourth one is demarcation of area such as place, region, country, or the whole world. These are the four major components of a market. Then we see the dimensions of a market. There are 12 dimensions of a market. First one is location or place of operation. Second one is area or coverage. Third one is time span. Fourth one is volume of transactions. Fifth one is nature of transactions. Sixth one number of commodities. Seventh one is degree of competition. Eighth one is nature of commodities. Nine was is stage of marketing. 10 was in extent of public intervention. 11 is type of population served, and 12 is accrual of marketing margins. In this session, we see only 6 dimensions, and another dimension we see in next session. Then classification of markets. First one is on the basis of location or place of operation. So on the basis of location or place of operation, market is classified into first one is village market. So village market is situated in a village. This is important. A market which is located in a small village or where major transactions take place among the buyers and sellers of a village is called as a village market. Second one is primary market. This market is located in towns near the centers of production of agricultural commodities. Transaction in these markets usually takes place between farmers and primary traders. This is important. Third one is secondary wholesale markets. So secondary wholesale market is generally located at district headquarters such as Nasik, Ahmednagar or important trade centers or near railway junctions. The major transactions in commodities in these markets takes place between village traders and wholesalers. In this market, specialized marketing agencies performing different marketing functions such as those of commission agents, brokers and weighmen. Fourth one is terminal market. A terminal market is one where the produce is either finally disposed of to the consumers or processors or assembled for export. Such markets are located either in metropolitan cities or at seaports. Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata and Cochin are terminal markets for many commodities. And the fifth one is modern terminal market. The Department of Agriculture and Cooperation, Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India has taken the initiative to promote modern terminal markets for fruits, vegetables and other perishable commodities in important urban centers of the country to provide state-of-the-art infrastructure facilities of electronic auction, cold chain and logistics. This market is generally hub and spoke format. Sixth one is seaboard markets. The market which are located near the seashore and are meant mainly for the import and export of goods are known as seaboard markets. So examples of these markets in India are Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata and Kochi. And on the basis of area or coverage, markets is again classified into first one is local or village markets. A market in which the buying and selling activities are confined among the buyers and sellers drawn from the same village or nearby villages. Means either here the very area is only village or nearby villages. The village markets exist mostly for perishable commodities in small lots. For example, local mill market or vegetable market. These markets exist only perishable commodities. For example, local mill market or vegetable market. These are perishable commodities. Regional markets. Regional markets means a market in which buyers and sellers for a commodity are drawn from a larger area than the local markets. Regional markets in India usually exist for food grains. Here only important point that these markets area is larger than local or village markets. Third one is national markets, a market in which buyers and sellers are at the national level. So national markets are found for durable goods like jute and tea. Uh, Fourth one is world or international market, a market in which buyers and sellers are drawn from more than one country or the whole world. These are the biggest markets from the area point of view. These markets exist in the commodities which have worldwide demand and supply, such as coffee, machinery, gold, and silver. So, on the basis of time span, markets are classified into short period markets, periodic markets, long period markets, and secular markets. The short period markets. These markets, which are held only for a day or few hours, are called as short period markets. The markets dealt within these markets are of highly perishable nature, such as fish, fresh vegetables, and liquid milk are the examples of short period markets. Then periodic markets. Periodic markets are held weekly, bi-weekly, fortnightly or monthly according to the local traditions. These are the similar to the spontaneous markets in several developed countries. Third one is long period markets. These markets are held for a long period than the short period markets. The commodities traded in these markets are less perishable and can be stored for some time. These are food grains and oil seeds. So the prices are governed both by the supply and demand forces. Secular markets. So secular markets are permanent nature. The commodities traded in these markets are durable in nature and can be stored for many years. Examples are markets for machinery and manufacturers, which are manufacture goods which are durable in nature. So on the basis of volume of transactions, markets are classified into a wholesale market and retail market. A wholesale market is one in which commodities are bought and sold in large lots or in bulk. So here commodities are in large quantity. These markets are generally located in either towns or cities. Retail markets. A retail market is one in which commodities are bought by and sold to the consumers as per their requirements. Transaction in this market takes place between retailers and the consumers. The retailers purchase in wholesale market and sell in small lots to the consumers. These markets are very near to the consumers. So on the basis of nature of transaction, there are again two types. First one is spot or cash markets, a market in which goods are exchanged for money immediately after the sale is called the spot or cash market. Second one is forward markets, a market in which the purchase and sale of a commodity takes place at time t, but the exchange of the commodity takes place on some specified date in future, that is time t plus 1. Sometimes even on the specified date in the future t plus 1, there may not be any exchange of the commodity. Instead, the differences in the purchase and sale price are paid or taken. So on the basis of nature of transaction, these are the two types, spot or cash markets and forward markets. Sixth one is on the basis of number of commodities in which transaction takes place. So on the basis of number of commodities, first one is general markets, a market in which all types of commodities such as food grains, oil seeds, fiber crops, gore are bought and sold is known as general markets. These markets deal in large number of commodities. So in general markets we get all the commodities what we want, what we want. So all these commodities are available in general markets. Second one is specialized market, a market in which transaction takes place only in one or two commodities is known as specialized market. For every group of commodities, separate market exists. The examples are food grain markets, vegetable markets, wool market, and cotton market. These are the types of market on the basis of number of commodities in which transaction take place. In this way, in this session, we see the market definition, second components of market, third one is dimensions of market, and classification of markets in detail. Thank you very much.